Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. Sorry I'm a little late. It is Monday. Seemed like it just sort of got away from me. But anyway, I'm so glad that you're here with me. And as I said, I didn't. Let me say. So, hey, it's Angela McGowan, your professional healthcare advocate, caregiver strategist. I'm the author and publisher of this book. What you don't know could kill you, how to get out of the hospital alive. And I am the founder of Angie's Pace. That's patient advocates committed to excellence. So good morning, everyone. Today we are going to begin another series. We are talking about something that's going on. This has been going on all this month, and that is Minority Mental Health Awareness Month is in July. You might say, Angela, we have mental health. Yes, we did. We did have mental health month. I believe that was in April. But this is a month that was instituted beginning 2018, so for the last 11 years, because there's just a disparity among those that seek it out and those actually that admit that they need help, and that we will be discussing every day this week, and we will end it on Sunday. And on one day, I will be having my own transparent day. I'll let you know, and that is about that journey for myself as well. So listen, it's not just somebody else, it's everybody else. How about that? That's what some people think. It's not somebody else, it's everybody else. But listen, let's get started with what we know today. I want to read this quote that is from the MHIA, Minority Health Institute Association. So let me just, it says, our identities are formed not only by what we believe to be true, but also the view of others around us. In many ways, specific communities, oftentimes referred to as marginalized, people of color, or just minorities, are seen as victims or broken. As a community, must constantly work towards combating those stereotypes to maintain their own well-being. It is at the intersection of all these nuanced identities where one must constantly confront the biases and stereotypes used by others to define them. And the campaign for this year is hashtag depth of my identity. And so isn't that just really prevalent in our society today for adults, seniors, middle-aged adults, especially in our children? We're talking about peer pressure, we're talking about bullying, we're talking about someone being an individual and wanting to be different. But here's the thing, that if someone didn't stand up and say, I want to try something different, would we have the airplane? Will we have light bulbs? Will we have the pressing cone? Will we have indoor heating? Will we have indoor plumbing? Will we have some of the greatest sports athletes? If someone didn't say, I'm going to try it a different way. And so we have to always allow people to be individuals. And sometimes it's a pressure of not being able to be an individual that will send people down the path of needing help, of needing therapy, or of depression, and a variety of what we consider to be mental illnesses. And then here it is, not only that, after someone is identified or says or speaks up about something they've dealt with, then now do not only have to deal with what was going on with them, and now there's a label assigned to them. They're no longer Angela or John or Peter or Mary. No, now they are Mary the depressed one, or the grieving one, or some others. Now there's a label put to them, okay? And never does anybody go and tap on the shoulder and say, okay, label's off. No, it's on like, what is that? Permabond, yes. I don't know if Permabond is still there, but that's what we used to talk about, is Permabond. So despite a lot of advances in health equity, the disparities of mental care still persist and exist. All right. So the Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality, that's the AHRO, reports that racial and ethnic communities and groups in the U.S. are less likely to access mental health services. Okay. Less likely as a community to even have those services in their emergency departments. And if they do, they receive a lower quality of care. So poor mental health access and its care, the quality of care, contribute to poor mental health outcomes, all right, including suicide among racial and ethnic minorities. And I know we talked a great deal about suicide when it occurs, when it is occurring in men, because in June was Men's Health Month. And we talked about the large number of men that take their own lives on an hourly basis, let alone a yearly basis, okay? So there's another office, the HHS, that's Health and Human Services of Minority Health, okay? So the Office of Minority Health, there's Health and Human Services, that's the big one, okay, .gov, and then there's the Office of Minority Health, the OMS, okay? So they encourage all of their partners to educate their community about the importance of improving access to mental health care and the treatment to help break down barriers and of it being such a negative connotation, and more than it's someone that needs help, okay? Someone that had cancer, you wouldn't label them or make them feel like, oh, you know, there's something like you feel like you're, someone had cancer, you would accept that as an illness that they could not help. It wasn't they went out and got it, okay? And someone that has a mental illness, somewhat, and sometimes people will say, like, what did they do? The lifestyle they lived or who raised them. That's not the point. The point is they need help. And we should be a committee of one that if we can help, to reach out to them, okay? To say like, okay, what is it you can do? Now, of course, you're not trained doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists, but guess what? If they needed a ride to get to that appointment, if that's what's keeping them from going there, if they don't know where to start, and you're familiar with Google and all things technology, you could help them look it up. You could refer them to somewhere that they could go. There is something that we always can do, always. So according to, and we've talked about SAMHSA, I call it SAMHSA. So I'm not sure that's it, but that's it. It's called the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. Let's just go with that title, okay? In 2017, 41.5% of youth ages 12 to 17 received care for a major depressive episode, but only 35.1% of Black youth and 32.7% of Hispanic youth received treatment for their condition, okay? Asian American adults were less likely to even try to access mental health services than any other racial or ethnic group. Also, in 2017, 13.3% of youth ages 12 to 17 had at least one depressive episode, but that number was higher among American Indians and Alaskan Native youth, okay? Hispanic youth were at 13.8%. In 2017, 18.9% of adults, that's 46.6 million people, okay, so we're doing across the gamut, had a mental illness. The rate was higher among people of two or more races, okay, at 28.6%, non-Hispanic whites at 20.4%, Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islanders came in at 19.4%. So right now, 46.6 million people had a mental illness. And they're saying it was even higher among non-whites, which would be anyone that's not white, right? And then they specify the Native Hawaiian Pacific Islanders. So now you've heard the stats, okay, some of them, and maybe you say, well, it's not me or any of the groups that I'm a part of, okay? And I mean like social groups or family groups. Not really, is what I would like to say to you. That kind of thinking is exactly why mental illness is so prevalent and so widespread. So let me describe the people who you are dealing with and some types of mental illness that you just didn't think of. It's not you, right? But it could be the spouse you sleep with, or who you're engaged to, or even dating. It's not you, but it could be the child or children you're raising or godparents of. It's not you, but it could be the parents that raised you or the grandparents you used to live with. It's not you, but it could be the brother or sister you grew up with, or the brother or sister, or the people that are like a brother or a sister. It's not you, but it could be the neighbor next door you've known for years, or the coworker you have weekly lunch with. It's not you, but it could be your church member, your sorority sister, or your fraternity brother. It's not you, but it's closer than you think and surrounds you more than you know. So for help and more information about mental illness, about being aware of Minority Mental Health Month, you can get this information from www.hh.gov. Put this on, then I tried to paste it and make sure that it would come up during the broadcast. I'm going to see if it's going to materialize. Okay, it seems like it is. There it is. All right. I'm giving you my, the link tree. Well, I said it, but I don't see it coming up. Did it actually? Okay, I think it's coming now. But this is what I want you to know. You can go to my link tree, and that information will be there. And also, you could go to www.hhs.gov for a wide variety of information, knowledge of services, getting help, all of those kind of things. So listen, this is definitely a big, big deal. So during this month, you're going to be able to learn about, hey, Elaine, thanks for joining. You'll learn a lot about things that are going on at that particular website. But I really want each one of us to think about like mental health and what's going on. It's not just somebody else's problem, but it's right there, sometimes in our own household. Definitely. Okay? Right there where we are. Right there where we're thinking like, oh, it's not me. No, it might not be you. But as I told you, there's a lot of people that you deal with on a daily. It might not be you, but it could be someone very close to you. So let's not be closed off to what might be right in front of us. All right? So let's not do that at all. I invite you to come back with me every day this week. We're going to be talking about Minority Mental Health Month. We're also going to be talking about, as always, prevention, things that we can do. We're going to be talking about spending a couple of days about our children and how things are going on with them, and even young children. And Vanessa Collins posted, she posted or shared a post to talk about children that don't say something's wrong with them mentally, but they talk about a physical, what's like their stomach, their head hurts. And a lot of times, isn't it what goes on with us when we first feel like we don't quite feel like ourselves? We've had a headache for a couple of days. We just don't feel like getting up. There's some physical things that take place with even us that we may be able to identify, but our babies can't. And so we want to enlighten everyone about that. So don't forget to invite someone to come 9:05 every day Pacific Standard Time the rest of this week, and we will close it out on Sunday on Say It Sunday, which is 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time. I want to thank you for being part of the broadcast. Elaine, make sure you go back and look at the replay. And mental health is everybody's business, and everyone needs to be aware of it. I'm Angela McGowan, your professional healthcare advocate and your caregiver strategist. I help you navigate through healthcare's sea of red tape, and I create strategies that would allow you to give excellent care to those that you love and care for as you care for yourself as well. And always, I'm always leaving you with what? 2 things. Blessings and joy. Why is that? Because they both belong to you. Have a blessed week. I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye.